is going on, everybody? My name's Jacob Forster. Welcome back to Undusted, Letters from the Past. We are continuing our cleaning up journey. I'm also going to turn down a little bit. And we've previously cleaned up quite a few silly little trinkets and little home goodies around our house here. And we're moving over to what looks like a piggy bank. Chapter 6, A Discreet Apology. If you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you go back and watch it. Should be a playlist for this, and make sure you subscribe too. When you know whenever I'm uploading any new videos. But let's get into this discreet apology. One day on our way home, we came across a cute kitten crying by its lonesome. I couldn't bear to leave it there by myself, so I begged my parents to let me bring it back with us. Without hesitation, Dad started brainstorming ways to lure the kitten. Should we get some food as bait? How about foxtail grass? Maybe a cardboard box? Dad and I excitedly exchanged ideas, but after a few minutes, we realized that Mom hadn't said a single word. Probably concerned about a rogue kitty in the house. Oh, it's a cat. Dad really had the heart of a child. Instead of stopping me, he joined right in. What is this? We have a new tool? It's a little cat. Wait, what is this thing? Oh, it's a steamer. Oh, it's a flush. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, cool. Oh, I like this one. Gotta get... Oh. Okay, I gotta turn it up now. It's got little squeaky noises. Oh, that's cute. Okay. This is great. I was not expecting this. Okay, I'm glad that there's a lot more tools to enjoy in this one. In the full game, rather. As opposed to what we just had in the demo, which was sponge and toothbrush. Toothbrush, to my knowledge, were the only two things. Oh yeah, let's get this plush kitty all cleaned up. I have a feeling with this story, something with the mom, she might be allergic or something, but there's probably going to be some compromise where it's like, oh no, we couldn't keep the little kitten in the story, but instead here's a cute little cat plush. I don't know, that's just kind of maybe that's the vibe we're getting so far. Who knows? Should I do the quick pass first? And then get more deep clean? No, I think we're okay. Hopefully none of my Kirby plushes over there ever get to this kind of dirty point. This is a lot of built up grime on this little kitty. All right. Get it nice and cleaned up. Get that tail. I don't know why, but somehow this seems way easier than the other ones. Just more surface area, it feels like getting cleaned up. Little steamer vacuum. Okay. Let's get zoomed in even more. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's rotate you. All right, get that booty nice and clean. All right, more hints unlocked. We don't need them though. I am very loosely committing to not having to use any hints in this game. All right, get around those dirty little tootsies. Come on, get them all cleaned up. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go. Clear chapter 6, A Discreet Apology. Mom, I don't think we're ready to own a cat. We don't know how to properly care for one. And we don't have any cat food or supplies. How can we care for it if we can't fulfill its needs? But, Lily, aren't you being a bit too serious? Of course, having a pet is a huge responsibility. but Adora can learn how to be responsible by taking care of it. We can buy whatever supplies we need. What if its mother is still around? You might be taking a child from its parent. She could have been abandoned. I almost said adopted. That isn't something we know for sure. No means no, Adora. Striped cat plushie. It is soft and makes cute sounds when you squeeze it. That is a very cute little cat plushie. Look at that little guy. Look at that little guy. Okay. Great. Well, all cleaned up, all ready to go. I was so upset that after we returned home, I slammed my door shut and refused to leave my room. That evening, Dad came over and gave me a stuffed animal. It was soft, fluffy, and looked like the kitten from before. Mom bought this for you, but she didn't know how to give it to you. The softness of that plushie mollified the sadness in my heart. A few days later, I saw the same kitten at the same spot. This time, though, it was with another cat with a matching coat. Its mother. Mom was right. If I had taken the kitten home, I couldn't help but feel ashamed. Oh, I'm glad the kitten made it back. All right, all cleaned up. 100% perfect. Snow globe. Once upon a time. Unforgettable moments. Let's clean it up. All right. My hometown was always too warm for snow. If any snow did happen to fall, it would melt as soon as it touched the ground. Things like snowball fights and snowmen only existed in TV shows and fiction. Some of my childhood wishes included leaving footprints in fresh white snow, making snow angels, building a huge snowman. When we finally had time for a family trip, I begged to go somewhere with an abundance of snow. It's like me. Living in Southern California, you really don't get any snow whatsoever unless you drive to the mountains. That's how we ended up having a snowy vacation. Thanks to that, I got to check off a lot of things on my bucket list. All right. Ooh, we get to clean a snow globe. Oh, it's making noises. Oh, what do I start with first? The cloth is probably for polishing. Yeah. Use the cloth. So let's start with the sponge then. Let's get some general cleaning done. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever clean off a flower. Oh no! Okay, hold on. We gotta be a little bit more. Are those flowers supposed to be there? Hold on. Wait, can I just like gently? Oh! What am I supposed to? Oh, okay. Those flowers are not supposed to be there then. Got it. All right. Well, let's get these off of here. It's just so overgrown with random stuff that flowers started appearing. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever like actually had my own snow globe. I feel like I made one once when I was a kid, like just out of like a plastic bottle kind of thing for some random little project. But I think snow globes are really cool. Yeah, get that dust and dirt off of there. Get it out of there. Okay, so this is where the polishing is going to come into play. Got it. All right, let's get as much dirt and grime first and foremost. What about the sides here? Should have these all right. Oh, I can see a Christmas tree in there. A little snowy village. Okay, let's get the toothbrush. Let's make sure. Oh yeah, look at all that grime and the little valleys of it. Okay, hints unlocked. Nice. Oh, whoa! Let's zoom in a bit. The zoom helps out quite a bit, actually. Okay. I thought this was just like some nice gold detailing work, but I guess this is just some more built-up grime on this thing. All right, underneath here. Wonder what it says. Toothbrush. Toothbrush time. Oh yeah, even under here. Crazy. All right. Get the little feet. I like the pixelated art style that they used for this game too. Like it's this kind of cool pixel 3D, and it has a nice kind of effect to everything that I very much enjoy. All right, well, let's get to polishing. Ah, look at this cute little snow globe. Oh, it's so good. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta shake it up. Ah, let it snow and turn the snow globe into a winter wonderland. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Oh, I need to keep polishing this off. I love that. This cloth work is very satisfying too. Get all these pixels out of here. Get all these dirty pixels out of my face. 99.5? 100! Unforgettable moments. Amazing. Dad, the snow crunches when you step on it. And when you lie down, it's so soft and fluffy. Really? Then I want to lie down too. Huh? You're right, Adora. It's really soft. I saw on TV that if you wave your arms and legs like this, you can make a huge snow angel. Then how about we make some big snow angels to watch over our family? Okay. Marshmallows are ready. You two better eat first, or you won't have enough energy to play. Cool. A snow globe we purchased on a family trip. It evokes many happy memories. Shake it up. Shake it up. So cute. Cool. Continue. Continue, please. We made giant snow angels, built snowmen, and had an all-out snowball fight with no regard for how snow-crusted our clothes became. After it grew dark, we gathered around the fireplace and drank sweet cocoa. As the comforting warmth of the fire lulled me to sleep, I could hear Dad humming and Mom turning the pages of her book. On our way home, we bought a snow globe to commemorate all the wonderful memories from our vacation. However, since some time ago, I had deliberately hid the snow globe out of sight. Those warm memories became a source of agony as they reminded me of days I could never return to. Chapter 1 complete. Interesting. Chapter 2, what I dreamed of. All right. Frozen time. Oh, okay. This one we did in the demo as well. This is the last one that we've done in the actual demo. I had hoped to find the attic key in the living room, but it didn't turn up. I decided to search my room next. It looked exactly as it did on the day I left home. Only the thick layer of dust on everything indicated any passage of time. My focus was drawn to my desk, where Dad's pocket watch lay. There used to be a time when its cogs still turned and its soft ticking could still be heard. When Mom gave Dad this pocket watch, Dad was delighted with the engraved design. A lily, just like Mom's name. Wherever Dad went, so too did the pocket watch. Shortly after I started high school, the pocket watch fell silent for good. Why did it fall silent? Why? Dad, how are you doing? Are you still cracking jokes over there? I don't think I'm doing that well. I love this little rainy environment here. This is great. All right, let's get to polishing. Beautiful little lily here. What does this say? I don't know. Something 1913, maybe? A little hard to read. It's cool though. Yeah, get this thing nice and cleaned up. We'll get in there with the toothbrush, scour it over a little bit more, and we got to open this one up. Try to get some extra little bits and little areas to clean off. I want to get the outside as much as possible before we get to the inside. All right. If only it were this easy to really clean things with this much grime on them. I really want to get some like equipment to fix up watches, because I've got a few mechanical watches like this one, and actually oh my gosh, I just got this one recently. Just found it on eBay. It's really cheap. It's a Seiko automatic, and by cheap it was like $40. But and that's really cheap for an automatic watch. So it just winds up as you move and walk and just go about your normal day. But it definitely needs a little bit of maintenance to it. But one of my favorite watch that I've worn on the channel all the time, I forget what game I was playing, but it randomly just decided to, like the inner spring, which keeps everything torqued and keeps everything wound up and basically powers the watch, just suddenly unwound, and it hasn't been the same since. And I took it to a watch repair shop, just a little local one, and they were probably way overcharging for what I needed, because obviously they didn't even get a chance to look at it. But they're like, yeah, normal servicing of a mechanical watch is going to be like $300 to $400. And I was like, no. I think the watch was... That's too much. That's too much for the watch. So I was like, why don't I just try to fix it myself? But then I started looking into it, and I was like, oh man, you need a lot of dedicated specialty tools and a lot of other... Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just specialty tools. You need some random little materials as well if you want to get like a gear lubrication and watch oils and other things like that too, which I didn't look in the cost of that, but just the tools themselves aren't too expensive, especially if you're just kind of doing it as like a hobby. But I always liked taking things apart when I was younger and putting them back together. So I always thought something like that would be pretty fun to do. All right, let's get this opened up. With these hands, push the pocket watch's button to open it. All right. Let's use the sponge first. Etched in heart. But yeah, I like this one. But yeah, it runs a little slow. So that seems like something that would be a little bit easier to just kind of get some general, because there's usually these kinds of watches have like settings that you can make them run slightly faster or slightly slower. It's just a little gear setting. But this one in particular, I really want to, wow, this also the watch band I need to fix because it just keeps popping off. But this one is a little bit dusty on the inside, and I really want to be able to take the mechanism out from inside of the watch, because right now, if you open up the back side, if you look at the interior, I don't know if it'll focus, probably not. Yeah, there you go. You can see the little weight in there, maybe, where right here, it winds itself. But obviously you can't remove the mechanism without removing the pin where you set the time and the date. And for that, I would need some like really precise tools, really just like small tweezers or even like a small kind of like hook tool to be able to reach in and push a tiny little lever which helps to loosen the winding arm. I was like looking into it a little bit, and that kind of stuff's pretty inexpensive. But then once you start opening up the watch a bit more, then you run into the potential issue of having the parts kind of come off and moving around too much. And then you might need a little prep space, and obviously everything is so fragile in there. So you gotta be really careful. If you don't have the right tools, you might damage it. But again, for something that's as cheap as this one was, this would be a fun watch to just kind of do that experimentation on. You know what, let's go back over to, whoa! Yeah, let's go back up to here. Let's use the toothbrush first. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, getting these little hinges down here. I like playing this game because it gives me little moments to just tell random little stories. Kind of give you guys a little bit more inside information about me. All right. I also really like pocket watches. Pocket watches are really cool. I just like watches in general. They're so intricate. They're such a marvel to know what goes into them. All right. This crack is all dirty. Cool. That should be good for the glass. At this point, let's use our little cloth. Clean it up. Wow. Look at that. Look at that pocket watch. Beautiful. I don't know what the last 0.1% of this is, though. It's gotta be in a weird little spot, huh? Press the button again? Maybe there's something I can visibly see over here? Let's grab the toothbrush, just in case. Yeah, still just at 99. Wondering if it's the loop here. If there's any dirt or dust on that. Like on the underside, down there. Oh yeah, 99.5 now. It's really hard to actually get it though. Let's flip you over. Do that same thing on this side now. Dang, still just 99.5. Anything under there? Maybe like down here? This is okay, this is interesting. Dang. Okay, I'm trying my best to do it without taking the... Again, it is a hint, but it's not a hint. Try to see if there's maybe a little dirt spot around here. No, I don't think so. All that glass looks pretty clean to me. All right, let's just give this another quick wipe down. Just in all of the spaces with this. I wonder if this will pick up any lasting little bits by chance. Okay, let's close it up. Get the front side maybe? Oh no, am I gonna have to use the... Am I gonna have to use the little hint? I might need to. You know, it's okay if we do need to though. But... Dang. Curses. I'm wondering if like this little hinge down here. Like right in this little hinge area, maybe on either side. Like leaning in so close to try to find something here. Dang. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to use it. I think I'm going to have to use it because I don't even know where this last little bit might be. All right. Excuse me. Oh, what? Oh, you can't even see that. What do you mean? Okay. Clean 8 objects to 100%. Frozen time. Mom. Adora, how many times have I told you to not call the office directly? You're usually back by now. And I couldn't get in touch with you. Oh, I'm sorry. I got caught up in work and completely lost track of time. I'll make sure to check my phone more often from now on. But please, text instead of call. All right. Oh yeah, Mom. I was cleaning my room earlier, and I found the cassette player Dad gave me. I'm sorry, Adora, but I still have a lot of work to do. Don't wait for me. Make sure you don't get to bed too late. Mom, wait, Broken pocket watch. Its time remains eternally frozen, just like my family's. So did they lose their father? I desperately needed Mom, but she threw herself into work as if she wanted to forget Dad, and maybe all of us. Days passed, and we barely spoke to or even saw each other. I kept telling myself that I had to try to understand her, that she was raising me all by herself now. But my grief and sorrow grew nearly unbearable as they rendered my nights sleepless. Things would have been much easier if I had just blamed her. Yet whenever I saw Mom so exhausted and fatigued, sadness came before anger. I hated her for leaving me alone, but at the same time, it pained me to see her eroding away. As much as I longed for her comfort, I wanted to comfort her too. Oh, so sad. All right, cleaning complete. Frozen time. What I found in the darkness. All right, let's clean the item. All right. When I couldn't stand the silence in the house, I would listen to Dad's tapes. Listening to those songs made it feel like he was right there beside me. One day I heard a composer tell his story on a radio show. When I was a kid, my father used to hum songs he had wrote himself, so I became interested in music. I hardly saw him after my parents divorced, but whenever I sang his songs, I felt like I was back in those happy childhood days. That's how I started composing. For me, it's a way of bringing comfort not only to me, but to others in similar circumstances. I could see myself in that story, in his story, and his song resonated with me. Naturally, I admired him. Finally, I understood what Dad had meant. I wanted to tell him that I found something I couldn't live without doing. I found a part-time job, started saving money for composing tools. Aw, that's cool. What kind of tool is this, though? When Mom asked about it, I thought she was finally taking some interest in my life. Looks like a little mixing board. I think it still works. Should I turn it on now? Can I turn it on? Oh, is it like a little beat maker? Oh, it is! There's like a little bit of delay between what I click and what I hear. So it's hard to make it do anything that it's supposed to do. Oh, that's cool. Cool. I like that these items are very interactive as you're cleaning through them. It makes it a lot more fun. Kind of scrubbing through these random little goodies from the ocarina. Even just the pocket watch being able to open up and get to see a little bit more of it. And the snow globe getting to spin it around and having all the snow go everywhere. It's a very well done little cleaning game. Alright, I'm surprised this thing survived so long. Also, when she said a composing device, I thought she was referring to like literally composing music in terms of like classical kind of stuff. But this is pretty cool too. All right, let's really get in deep with this thing. Oh yeah, there's some weird little crevices here. And I can already tell I'm gonna have to move this slider in order to get into these other spaces too. So let's make sure we really get this side. Get the underside, get inside of there. Put the toothbrush down, lower the volume. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Nice, that should be perfect for the inside. For the inside little bits. Okay, get right under there too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's still a little dirt. Okay. All right, flip that back up. Actually, no, keep it down. Because I do want to get everything just kind of around the general area too. Where that is gonna be slid up to. All right, put you back. Let's get all around the sides too. I always remember my first experience with these kinds of little devices, little beat makers, beat machines, drum machines. One of my friends that I knew from elementary school and went to junior high with. Did I go to junior high with them? No, I didn't go to junior high with them. It was just elementary school. But we stayed friends for a while. Through elementary school, through middle school. And he bought I think it was like this thing was like called the Korg Cross or the K-Oscillator. It was an oscillation and drum machine kind of thing. And it was always pretty cool, like seeing him work with stuff like that. And he was very musically inclined from a young age. But he had like actual composition software too. And this is like, I'm old. He had like actual composition software where he could like put in the notes on the musical staff and stuff like that. I was always like, that's pretty cool. I didn't really get it at the time. Just because like I wasn't really into electronic music when I was younger. I didn't really know much about it. But now I have some little drum machines, just not like this, but it's not behind me anymore. Usually, sometimes I'll have it sitting over there by my synthesizer. So I got a cool little synth right there. Beep, boop, pop. But it's probably in its box up in my closet right now, just because it's not something I use much at all. But it's cool to be able to kind of plug it in. It has a bunch of different built-in drum samples and drum effects. You can add your own samples to it. And you can just kind of like just smash out some interesting drum beats, and has some other like weird random little sounds and effects that you can mess with. They're pretty fun. I'm never much good with that kind of stuff, but it's still fun to mess around with. And if I ever wanted to do a little bit of recording and needed something that wasn't just like a built-in to whatever recording software I'm using, it allows for easier just inspiration, kind of get some interesting stuff going. But oh, you can't move these. Oh, cool. Oh, I like that. Ooh, echo. Listen to drum echo in the MIDI controller. Well, I gotta turn it up for this. Okay, I like the deeper bass on that. This has like a weird little, almost like like an immediate like slapback kind of delay to it. It's very like squelchy. Because this one is, it's more of like a tunnel echo. Too much echo. So this is no echo? Oh, this is the echo. Fun. Very fun. All right, let's clean it up. Get that last 100%. Cool. Clear Clear chapter 9. Mom, you're late again. You must be exhausted. Yeah, so little. How was your day? Dora? What are all those things? Oh, these? A MIDI controller. A microphone. They're tools for composing. By composing, do you mean composing music? Uh-huh. I started making songs little by little, and I got a part-time job to buy these tools myself. Wait, Adora, a part-time job? You started working just for a hobby? Adora, you need to be studying hard for your future right now. Don't waste your time on things like that, and quit your part-time job too. A red MIDI controller. The first piece of music equipment I ever bought with my own money. No. Cool. Click here to continue. I wanted to tell her that it wasn't just a hobby, that I was serious. But before I could say anything, Mom said she was tired and headed towards her room. My words were met with the sound of her door closing shut. I was left alone in an all too familiar silence. I was angry at Mom for not listening to my words, but I kept trying to understand her. I thought she might change her mind if I showed her how serious I was. Much like how music had comforted me, I wanted Mom to feel comforted too, and if possible, with a song of my own creation. That's sweet. I'm curious how sad this story is going to become. All right, a melody of comfort. Ooh. Okay. Gotcha. Let's move into it. After that day, I spent every spare moment composing. Not only was it my first song, but it was a song for Mom. When I felt that I had poured enough of my heart into it, I recorded my song onto a cassette tape. I fervently hoped that it would bring her some comfort, even if I couldn't fully convince her. If I could at least help her feel a little bit better. Adore Volume 1. When Mom came back home, exhausted as usual, I nervously handed her the tape. Aww. Very sweet for doing that for her mom. I thought if Mom listened to it, she would understand how serious I was. Man, this thing's dirty, nasty. I like that all these like beautiful flowers are growing out of this as if they had somewhere to really survive. Sorry, Mr. Flowers. Oh, there's flowers inside too? That's crazy. All right. Get this thing nice and wiped off, then we can get that deep clean. Man, something else I've been thinking about doing is getting a dedicated MP3 player that's not just like my phone. I don't know, there's something very nostalgic about that. I still have a lot of my original, I have an original iPod Nano that is in pristine condition. Somehow I, as a teenager, had the foresight of like keeping it in one of those hard acrylic cases. And so it's just chilling in my closet somewhere. But man, it is, every time I like pull it out, I'm like, wow, this thing, like it turns on immediately after I plug it into the weird 32-pin Apple adapter that's still in my closet. Beep. Beep. All right, let's eject it. Look at all these flowers. But yeah, there's something nostalgic about having just like an MP3 player that you can or even like a cassette player. I do have actually from Still Wakes the Deep, when I played through that game, they sent me a little goodie bag for playing the game for them. And it was really cool. They sent me this awesome modern cassette player that has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can like hook it up to speakers or Bluetooth headphones. And like the company that makes that cassette player is a nice company. Like that was a nice little cassette player. Unfortunately, I mostly, when it comes to music, I usually have CDs or vinyl. I've been using a lot of Apple Music lately, which, you know what? It's pretty convenient. I tried not to do streaming services for the longest time, just cause I like physical media, and I like being able to own my own products as opposed to just subscription models, kind of renting your own stuff. And it is convenient. It is super convenient to just be like, oh, I want to listen to this song by this artist or this album right now without having to make a purchase. Okay, I get it. And it helps, I'd say, a little bit with music discovery, because whereas you'd have to actually pay some money to like really try to listen to a new artist, you can instead just be like, oh, let me just throw them up on my phone real quick and just listen to an album. And there's no extra charge, obviously. You all know how streaming services work. I'm just telling you my thought process going through the stages of going into music streaming. But the one thing I don't enjoy about it is how little artists are paid through streaming platforms compared to outright purchases of their physical CDs, or even through like direct to consumer stuff, like Bandcamp and other places like that. Even those ones take a little bit of a cut, but that you're still owning like digital media. But Spotify, Apple Music, they're convenient, they're cool, they're easy access, but yeah, artists do not make a lot of money off of that unless you're a mega super rock star artist that gets millions upon millions of listeners every single day. It's tough out there. It's tough out there for artisans, for artists, especially in this era that we live in with so much AI and so many things that can crush the creativity of amazing individuals, people who just want to create. It's really hard nowadays, it feels like. There's so many different things that are obstacles put in our way, or a lot of barriers kind of been put up that make it such a, I don't know. It's an interesting thing because there's a lot more ease of use to be able to start things now. Social media has been an incredible thing for discoverability. So many artists that get quote unquote discovered or have some kind of a music career, a lot of them came from social media. And a lot of them have grown a presence from just posting online, and that's an incredible thing. But at the same time, and I know I'm a social media person and I'm here on YouTube, but like, I wish I didn't have to be a social media powerhouse of being my own marketer, being my own distributor, and doing all these things. I'd rather just create. And that's the thing that's really tough about living in a social media artistic world. It's like, even if I wanted to, if like this year I wanted to record an album and put that out somewhere, I would have to go through the steps of promoting my music and building up a presence around that. Like, obviously I could just pop up here one day and be like, hey guys, I have an album, go buy it. I'm sure a lot of subscribers would go find that and it'd be quite easy, but obviously to even get to this point, I've already put in so many hours, days, years now on YouTube to kind of gain a social presence, to even have the opportunity and the fortunate position to be able to kind of be able to offer things like that, and to have people want to come out and support the art that I'm creating. And it's tough as someone who just wants to be creative, who just wants to make. There's always that weird line of being like, okay, well, I gotta be a small business owner, I gotta be a promoter, and I gotta be a marketer on top of everything else that's going on. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Sometimes you just want to be able to sit down and make, but we're not always afforded that pleasure. I don't know what I haven't. Oh, dirty. Oh, this whole hinge area. Dang. Okay. Almost escaped me. They almost got me. But yeah, I've mentioned it before, but yeah, I think that is like one big goal in my life is to create an album for myself. And I use those words specifically for myself because I'm not trying to make an album for commercial success. I want to make an album to make an album. Like, I'd love to write music, compose it, record it, and have a cohesive just stack of work that I can be proud of. And if people want to listen to it, that's amazing. If people like it, that's amazing. But I don't need that. I just want to have something that I've made for myself and kind of put it out there. I always think that'd be amazing. And I know I could do it. I've gotten to the point where I've got the resources, I've got the equipment to do a lot of it. I've put out little music things here and there, but another part of that is the whole recording process too. I'm not a great recording person. I'm not a good audio engineer. So I'd love to be able to hand that off to somebody else to be able to sit in his studio, whether it's a home studio or something else. I see that little piece of dirt, by the way. How do I get that little piece of dirt? How do I get that little... Oh, there it goes. Got it. Man, I've just been going on a tangent for way too long on this one. I don't even know what I'm missing at this point. Okay, it's gotta be something with these. Oh yeah, in between the buttons, of course. Oh, but of course. There we go. Let's get this really zoomed in. Okay, put it down, press play. Get in between the buttons. Get right there in the record button. Yeah, there it is. Press pause. Right there on the play. And then the last bit should be... Is it not right there? Oh no. 99.2? Huh. I mean, it has to be on one of these buttons, right? Huh. Dang, is there something else that I can't see? It's gotta be like a really weird angle of something. All right, we gotta hit tab. We gotta do it. I know I committed to not doing it, but... I'm sorry. Is it an... Oh my... It's... Oh my... Oh my goodness. Okay, it's this little triangle. Gotcha. And then it is 2 of the tiniest little spaces over here. Okay, right in this corner. And then right... I don't even see this one. Oh, I guess it is like a slight grayish hue. Okay, right there. There we go. A melody of comfort. Beep. Mom, you composed this yourself? Yeah, the melody came to me first, so I started with that. I'm still working on the lyrics. Oh, and there's another one I'm preparing for a competition. The theme is... Hold up, Adora. Didn't I tell you last time you need to focus on your studies? Mom, I know it might seem like only a hobby right now, but please, can you at least try listening? Adora, do you even hear what you're saying? How can you waste your time on this instead of studying for your future? I'm tired, so let's talk another time. Another time? When's that gonna be? When you quit your job? As if that'll happen. Adora, I'm saying this for your sake. I'm serious about becoming a composer. I want to make it so you don't have to worry about money anymore. People said I'm pretty talented, so... Adora, I said no. Don't even think about it. Right now, you may feel like you're special. Talented? There's no word more meaningless. Don't get carried away because of a mere compliment. Praise proves absolutely nothing. Dang, very strict mom. Dad's cassette player. Despite how old it is, it can still play tapes. Cool. Dang. Mom is quite strict. Why was she so angry? Was she more tired than usual? Even now, I still don't know why Mom reacted so explosively. I never expected her to yell at me like that. Her fury left me speechless. While I was stunned, she tore the tape from my hands and threw it into the trash. Without so much as a backwards glance, she said, "Stop wasting your time on worthless things like this." What she threw away wasn't only a cassette tape. Therein was the piece of my heart that held my drive to comfort Mom. Despite the loneliness after Dad's passing, even if hating her was the easier path, I didn't give up trying to understand her. But at that moment, when my heart was equated to trash, I felt something disappear from inside me. After Mom's rage quelled and silence fell once again, I finally gave up trying to understand her. Oh, that's so sad. Sounds like the mom is dealing with the grief of losing her husband and having all this responsibility put on her. And unfortunately is taking it out on the daughter. I'm guessing the story is going to be some kind of thing of her being like, I don't know, like, because she didn't expect what happened to her of losing her husband, and I would assume losing probably some chunk of income that was coming into their household, and then suddenly it's all on her back. She wants her own daughter to be prepared for anything and to be self-sufficient rather than relying on somebody else potentially. Maybe that's why she has this huge desire to make sure her daughter's a success. And then obviously there's the other flip side of that. A lot of families and a lot of people, their parents really want them to be... Ignore the honking in the background. They really want them to be very successful, and like especially the car honking is really throwing me off. Especially like second, third generation Americans, when they're whose parents didn't necessarily have all the opportunities that they had growing up. They really want to make sure that their kids kind of have themselves well set up. And I don't know, it's a very interesting dynamic, but I'm curious kind of where it'll lead for this story. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this car horn to stop. Right on time, right when I was about to get up and like look outside, it just stopped honking. It came back. Anyway, I'm just gonna end the video. We only have 6 more things to clean, and I'll save that for one final episode. You can hear some car horn honking in the background as I do this outro. But let's go back to our main video. It's just spicing it up. It makes it a little bit more interesting here. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear any thoughts and feelings from you all. If you're not already subscribed, consider doing so and hit that bell notification. That way you know exactly when I'm uploading any new videos. And if you'd like to see any more content from me, welcome to follow me on any of my other socials. Always listed in the description down below. I hope you guys can hear it at this point, just because it's so funny to me. But anyway, with all that being said, you all are awesome. You all are amazing. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. Later. Little figurines. Little wizards. Don't you put your hand in that hole. Don't. Ooh, do I put my hand in the hole? I'm putting my hand in the hole.